What is going on, Prosperity Practitioner? It is day number 24 of your prosperity practice. How's it going for you? Can you believe that you're getting a check for like $800 million, in excess of $800 million today? It's just shy of 1 billion with a B, billion. I'm at a light right now, and I'm excited about that. And the reason I'm excited about that is because I want to give you this first words of encouragement that you, of course, find at the bottom of every email of the Prosperity Practice. And if you are not a member already of the Prosperity Practice and you picked up this podcast, please head on over to prosperity-practice.com and sign up so that you can participate in this amazing email program. The first words of encouragement are from Neville Goddard. It's a long one. It says, the depth of your own being has ways and means that you, the conscious being, know not of. It knows exactly how to do it. Don't ask how it's going to be done. Catch the mood of the wish fulfilled. What would the feeling be like if it were true? Eliminate any walls that you have put up for yourself. Eliminate anything that is potentially getting in your way. Why would you want to think about all the ways that it can't happen for you? Who wants to live a life where nothing good is coming true? Who wants to spend their time thinking about, oh, this will never happen for me, this is no good for me, this can't happen to me because of all these bullshit reasons? I mean, you can go out anywhere you want and you can find somebody doing what you want to be doing, but you aren't doing it. And they're doing it well. They're getting paid. They're living the life that you want to be living, and they're wearing like a ratty t-shirt or something. And what do? You look at all the reasons why they can do it, and then you're like, yeah, but they can. I can't do that. I can't do. There's no reason I can do that. I'm guilty as well, right? So you're not the only one. Jay Shetty, for example, the monk, for all intents and purposes, comes back. If you're not familiar with Jay Shetty, I love him to death, and I think he's got some really great messaging. He's got a marketing degree, right? But he's using it, he's utilizing it. The thing is not to so much focus on what these people have that are allowing them to do it. Focus on your strengths. What are your strengths that you are leaning into that are allowing you to do this? And supercharge those strengths. Take a freaking sledgehammer behind those strengths. Use your strengths as the driver. Don't worry about what somebody else is doing and how they did it. Don't put all this weight on yourself to say, I can't do this because I don't know how. I didn't know how to start this pod. I had no idea what I was doing. And I had this urge. If we go to Maslow's law, we get to the top there, we've got this urge to create. That's where I am in my hierarchy of needs. And I had to create this. And if I didn't create this, if I didn't step into this, if I didn't say, I can do it, if I didn't say, let's just go right ahead and just press record and start going and start building this, I'd be sitting there thinking about all the things that I need to make this successful and tricking myself and playing the trick to myself, saying, I need all of this to exist in order for me to make this successful. I'd still be sitting there. Nothing would be happening. Because first of all, I'm not even done yet. I haven't even finished it myself yet to be able to share the full experience of how this is going to impact me. That's the prosperity practice, that is. I do know that I've had experiences that relate to it, that make me believe in this prosperity practice. That I have had personal experiences that say this is true. This works. And I don't need anybody to tell me what I've experienced, and I don't need somebody else to interpret. Give me their interpretation of my experience. And I certainly don't want anybody doing that for you either. You don't need somebody telling you what happened. You know what happens for you. you look at your life, you tell your life story. Nobody else is telling your life story. You are. Anywho, got deep for a second. But here's the deal, right? I'm covering a turn here, and this is a long one, but don't ask how it's going to be done. Just imagine it to the best of your ability. What would it be like if it was true? What is the end goal? $800 million cash in hand, and you're spending it on whatever brings your heart's desire without guilt. Without any guilt whatsoever. And, I made the one quote not so long ago where, God gives the abundance and the riches without guilt. You've got endless abundance. What is there to be guilty for? Share something with yourself. Share, even if it's just the imagining of a luxurious life for 5 minutes with your eyes closed, nobody's around. You're not taking from anybody else. You're giving yourself something. You're giving yourself a moment where you can just bask in what that feeling would be like if it were true. That was Neville Goddard. This next one is not on the email. This is a surprise one, and if you're still hanging out with me on this one, thank you. One more that just came recently. I just read a book that is called The Inside Out Revolution by Michael Neal, and I saw this line, and I had to bring it on here. I had to bring it in because you'll hear the line and you'll see why. We don't need to create abundance because abundance is already there. What do you mean abundance is already there? What do you mean? If you run around and if you run around, you see all these coaches and you see everybody talking about in the coaching realm, in the coaching space, we all know, we all try to get you to realize that the only thing standing between you and your greatness is you accepting just how great you are, right? Everyone has the capacity to live an abundant life. Everyone has the ability, the capacity, and the wherewithal to make it happen. You've got to make that decision that you accept that. You accept that is possible for you. And once you make that decision, once you make the decision that not only are you worthy, but once you come to terms and understand that you don't need to create abundance because abundance is already there, what's the next step? The next step is, how do you allow that into your life? How do you begin to receive the abundance that is already there? Great questions, right? Great questions. How do you do that? I believe it was with number 21, day 21, that I said, hey, this is another one of those things where you go to bed at night and you write down before you go to sleep, how do I let abundance into my life? And this goes hand in hand with the Neville Goddard quote that I shared earlier, is let your subconscious work on it. Let your mind work on it. Let the deeper abyss of your beautiful mind go to work on that. You don't need to go create the answer. The answers already exist. You need to be willing to receive those answers. And you need to understand that once you receive those, that answer is for you. If you get something that startles you, that makes your stomach come alive, that you can truly vision yourself doing, that drives you with a passion, that gives you a sense of purpose, that's the one that's meant for you. That's what this podcast is for me. This has been so, at first, terrifying, and as soon as I stepped into it, so liberating, so invigorating, so much fulfillment in actually stepping into this, stepping into who I believe myself to be and the capability to deliver this message, which I had no idea. I really, guys, 100% clear with you. What I'm doing now is speaking from the heart. This whole process has been speaking from the heart, taking all of this that I've studied over the past couple years and just sharing it to the best of my ability, and to get feedback, to hear that's coming through, to get feedback from others to say, you know what, you're doing that well, to get feedback to say that, you know, I feel like one person gave me feedback and said that she would feel like a fool if she tried to do it, and I'm able to articulate it, and that's amazing. Thank you for that. I am humbled by that, and I'm so glad, and I keep telling people that I'm glad, and I am, that this is the type of impact that it's having, that this is the type of effect that it's having, and I'm inspired again by you to keep going on. I'm inspired by you to finish up all of my days on the prosperity practice and to continue well after that. But I'm inspired by you to be a part of this journey. So thank you, and you please continue to do what it is that you're doing. And I always enjoy to hear how it is impacting you in your life. So if you could reach out to me, Brandon at prosperity-practice.com. Let me know how this is impacting you. Let me know what has shown up in your life. Let me know if this has been something that has helped you on your accountability trail. I'd love to hear it. And if you so choose, if you go to Anchor FM and you go to the Prosperity Practice, you'll find all these podcasts are there. You can go to the specific one that has had an impact on you, and you can use the app and leave a voice message for me. And if you would allow me to, I would love to be able to share that message with the other listeners. Thank you so much for participating in the Prosperity Practice, and I'm going to let you go.